Alright, hey guys, it's June 9th, 11 a.m. So, I'm going to keep this one pretty brief, but yeah, Bitcoin had a really nice reaction off this kind of this triple bottom here. I really didn't think it was going to, break above this area, but I went on the 12 hour and I kind of noticed, this candle that we printed. And I thought, like I kind of want to. I'll take a small swing at an entry on that. So I was on the smaller time frames here. And so I was a buyer on this 50, and I kind of did that across the board well, not across the board, on a few different coins. Like I got into Ethereum here, just missed my buy order. I think it was at 204 down here. That sucked. Um, but yeah, I took. I think I have maybe. Let me check. Sorry. About 50% of my portfolio. I had 30% in originally. Then I think I added about another 20% in on kind of collectively on this dip here. So not much. So I right now all we've done is kind of come up to this 127 between the 168. So we haven't reached true three wave territory. So if we're going to say, this is a 1, 2, 3, ideally you'd want to see something up here. But the fact that, we're obviously paying attention to this median line and that we're above the median line now. That is pretty encouraging stuff. However, the main thing right now holding up the show, in my opinion, is, we haven't breached this pivot yet. We're attempting it, but we're reaching some stiff resistance on this this golden zone up here, which painting a nice target down here, and then down here again, kind of our original area that we were looking at to be buyers in Bitcoin. But as I have said in many of my thoughts and videos, is we are between the 50 and the 618. This is an area that you want to be interested in. For kind of a direction change, to go to higher highs. And, if we do kind of do this weird triple bottom and now this is the change, then I don't know if I would be surprised. I was just, in hindsight, in maybe a couple months, if I would say I was looking for down here, and I still am. I think for me, we would need to break this area, start getting up here. Right now we're just hitting some moving averages even on the 2 hour. So it's way too early to say, are we off to the races or anything. And I'm also really not interested in buying in more on this until we get higher. I think my play now will be tightening my stop up. Probably something like this. Keeping my stop maybe below the 50, which is also, coinciding with the golden zone of this pivot. So yeah, something below that. And we'll see. Obviously going to be watching this most of the day, seeing how high this retracement goes. I'll likely stay on a 3-minute and just kind of continue to update my Elliott count. To see because right now what I honestly see is something maybe either a 1, 2, 3 or an A, B, C. So I would need to see where this structure wants to go. I mean, obviously, ideal, like perfect situation would be, coming down into this area and then putting in another structure. But we'll see how high this wants to go. I mean, if it keeps going and we start breaking, above here, I might consider becoming a buyer on that on various coins. But I think I want to focus on Bitcoin right now. I just noticed like the Bitcoin's dominance has some room to go up for sure. And on this move, it clearly is the market leader right now. Its dominance has skyrocketed off this move. So that usually happens, honestly, like if you kind of go to the early stages of like, this kind of run, other coins were not enjoying this sort of movement at the same time. Bitcoin's dominance really skyrocketed during this, and then I think started to settle down, especially in this phase, which is pretty typical. I think Bitcoin really is the one who's going to decide if we're going to go higher or not as a market, or Ethereum. But I don't think Ethereum is as strong as I kind of thought it would be. I think Bitcoin is still firmly in charge of where we're going, at least for now. So, yeah, that's kind of the strategy right now, is just to monitor this structure, see how it goes, watch other coins, Ethereum, see how their structures start to compare. I really like this. I got in nice down here, kind of along this channel wall. This channel wall kind of held it. Let's hope that it can get up here. This is probably one of my bigger positions, only because it came down so deep. CRV got a nice one here. So now it's kind of just like, this was a nice hold of the golden zone. Pretty straightforward stuff there. Ideally, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going up for a 5. One lesson that I wanted to drill into my own head that really frustrates me. Man, I don't know how many times I've done this, but it's so fucking dumb. I just continue to do this to myself. So, this is algo. I didn't trade this pivot, but you can kind of see here we break the golden zone, but the 786 holds. We reach algo target perfectly. So, the rule of thought, maybe this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, we doing this, but you would pull from here. And I was more aggressive on this pull, and I was buying the 50 and I was buying the golden zone. And I got stopped out here, and the 786 held it. And that's just so typical to see, but the thing that really kills me is I've done this so many times. When you see a three-wave structure like this, I need to start continuing, and I do this, but I wasn't trading like it. You start pulling the whole thing, and you'll see it hit the golden zone perfectly on that. So that's really frustrating. I've done this before, and I should have traded it like that. I keep telling myself, just pull the low to the high and trade that pivot. You usually get a decent entry. Or at the very least, trade this spot heavier, golden zone 50. So that was dumb. In this structure, that happened. I mean, that was kind of the play across the board, and I was able to, like this is what I did on Filecoin, and I held it. Some coins I was just more aggressive on. God knows why. I think this is just a dumb mistake, in my opinion, that I let myself get stopped out on a coin like that. And this happens, this structure, this path, this three-wave structure, pull the thing from the bottom to the top and buy the golden zone, or trade that pivot. Anyway, stupid mistake. Still, we're in some positions here. This pivot, or this pitchfork, obviously has got to be different. Yeah, that makes, man, this thing's really going off to the races right now. Good to see. And certainly coins like this that are remaining extremely technical. And you can see I was actually, I had my stop below this, so I was doing the same thing here. But again, this structure looks a lot different than algo. It's like this thing was way up there comparatively. And I think that's okay to do it, but when you don't get that, like, I don't know, was this even 100%? Probably not. Yeah, it wasn't even 100%. So it's like, you gotta just pull the whole thing and start, instead of trading it off this one. That was a stupid mistake. That'll haunt me for the next day, I think, and I'll get over it. Yeah. Let's see, I'm on the 3-minute on this one. Yeah, I got in here, had an order down here, didn't hit it. So we'll see what these other coins start to do. I'm not thrilled about being again another buyer. I think these kind of structures are going to make me more interested in protecting my capital, having tighter stops on here versus looking for additional entries. Depending on where CRV goes, though, it's like, yeah, I might be interested in buying on this. But again, right now it's like, is this just an A, B, and then C? Just correcting this thing. So, always stuff to keep an eye on. But right now, I think all eyes on Bitcoin and what Bitcoin wants to do. I think if anything, I'd be more interested in being a buyer on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Probably just Bitcoin right now. I might just be playing Bitcoin for the next little bit. I have a decent amount of my money in alts, so I think I might try to get more capital into. Again, this is too early to say. I still want to see Bitcoin get a little higher and convince me that we are doing something, and that I want to eliminate this as probable. And right now, it's still probable that we could roll over. Although I will, this is a really nice structure. So definitely going to keep an eye on this and see what it does, and yeah, stay focused on it. All right, that's all I'm doing for now. Just a quick one. All right, see you guys.